Okay, situation number 13. Timber planks are used to retain 3 meters height of backfill. The active earth pressure increase from 0 at the free end to 24.5 kilopascal at the fixed end. Refer to the deflection equations for superposition. You're given the plank dimension, it's 100 millimeters yung thickness and then 300 millimeters yung width. Modulus of elasticity is also given. All right. So for number 37, calculate the maximum bending stress in the cantilevered wood plank. So ang idealization natin dito is kung halimbawa ito yung wood plank in the elevation view. No? So naka-fix siya. Okay, tapos nandito yung soil pressure sa likod. Bali may soil dito. Okay, tapos ang soil pressure daw ay 0 at the free end and then linearly varying up to 24.5 kilopascals. No? So, ganyan siya. Okay? So, in this case, we are asked, what is the maximum bending stress in the cantilevered wood plank? So, again, the cross-section of the wood plank is ganito. Okay, so this is 300 millimeters, yung width. Tapos yung thickness ay 100. Okay, so ibig sabihin, kapag nag-apply ito ng force dito, magbe-bend yung natin, yung plank natin. So yung bending natin is about this axis. Okay? So lumalabas na yung moment of inertia natin would be BH cube over 12, that would be, ang B natin 300. 100 yung H cube over 12. Okay? And whatever that would be, no? So computin lang natin yan. Alright? Nawala. So 300 times 100 cube over 12. Okay? And then store lang natin yan mamaya sa calculator. Alright? So anyway, we also need the maximum moment here, no? Now, the maximum moment will obviously occur at the base. So ito yung magiging maximum moment natin. Okay? And to calculate that, we just need to analyze this, no? So, bali, kunin na natin yung equivalent horizontal force ng soil, no? And then yung moment arm niyan is 1/3 lang ng height. Okay? Tapos yung height naman given eh. Yung height dito is 3 meters. Okay? So, ayan. So, let's calculate. Isa pa, itong kilopascal, kailangan natin i-convert into kilonewton per meter. So, para ma-convert yan, di ba ang visualization natin sa 3D, ganito siya. Ito yung plank. Okay, tapos yung soil pressure, nandito. Ganyan, no? Okay, so parang ano yan, parang triangular prism. Okay, so meron pa doon sa likod. Okay, so ito yung 300. Okay, tapos ito yung 100. Okay, so para ito, di ba ang kilopascal is kilonewton per meter squared, no? So para maging kilonewton per meter na lang, kailangan natin i-multiply na itong tributary bit na to, which is yung 300. Okay? So anyway, to convert this, no, into kilonewton per meter, we will have 24.5 times 0.3 para maging ano na siya, kilonewton per meter. Okay? And then from there, we can now calculate the maximum moment. So mag-moment lang tayo sa base. Ayan lang. Summation ng moment at the base. is equal to 0, we will have yung force na yon, which is 1/2 base is 24.5 times 0.3. Ang height ay 3 meters. So times 3. And then ang moment arm is 1/3 of 3. Okay? And that should be equal to our maximum moment. Okay? And our maximum moment would be 1/2 24.5 times 0.3 times 1, no? 1 lang naman yung 1/3 of 3. So we will have your 11.025 kilonewton meter. Okay? And then from here, we can now calculate our maximum bending stress. Diba? That's going to be MC over I. Okay? So, we will have this answer. Multiply natin ng 1 million para maging Newton millimeter. Tapos yung C natin ay, okay, yung C natin is half lang nung depth, which is half ng 100. So 50 over base, BH cube, no? BH cube over 12. Okay, and that gives us the answer, 22.05. 22.05 megapascals. So this is for number 37. Okay. Next, calculate the lateral reaction at the prop end if the planks are prop. Okay. So ngayon daw, kapag pinrap na, ibig sabihin maglalagay tayo ng support dito, no? Okay, so magiging ganito na siya. So ito ay 24 times 0.3 pa din. Pwede nyo kumpitin pero hindi ko na kumpitin. Tapos ito naman yung merong prop end, no? So pinapahanap yung lateral reaction. So pinapahanap yung reaction dito. Okay? So again, sa 2D sense or sa 2D view, yung magiging magnitude ng reaction natin dito is magiging kilonewton. 'Di ba? Kasi ano na to naka-uniform load. So ibig sabihin yung magiging sagot natin dito mamaya, i-convert pa natin into kilonewton per meter. All right? So let's solve. Dito daw, o nga pala, bago ko makalimutan, may sinabi no na meron daw lateral displacement na 12.7. So hindi pala ito hindi pala ito rigid, no? Meron siyang displacement na 12.7. So ibig sabihin, using the concept of superposition, bali ito eventually magkakaroon na pa rin ng ganitong displacement, no? Yan. So meron pa rin siyang 12 mm na 12.7 na displacement. Okay? So, paano nangyari yon? Kasi this is equal to a cantilever na merong triangular load. Okay? That will have a deflection no, na tawagin ko na delta 1. Okay? Tapos, plus, kapag naglagay ka na dito ngayon ng support, no, naglalagay ka dito, dahil doon sa support, meron ka dito reaction na R. Okay, yung reaction na R na yan, meron ding ipoproduce na deformation. Matawagin natin na deformation 2. Okay? So dapat pag pinag-combine natin itong dalawang deformation na to, ang resulta 12.7. Okay, ganun lang yung idea. So we will have deformation 1 minus deformation 2 should be equal to 12.7 millimeters. Ngayon, ano ang deformation 1? So, kung wala ang binigay na formula, medyo mahaba-haba yung discussion na to, no? Kasi diderive pa natin. Pero may binigay naman yung formula. So, yung deformation 1 is caused by the uniform load. So, ito yon, no? WL to the 4th over 30 EI. So, dito na lang muna. WL to the 4th over 30 EI. Minus, ito namang due to the concentrated force at the free end, ito naman yun. Ito naman yun. PL cube over 3EI. So, P, gawin lang natin R yung P, no? So, R, L cube over 3EI. Okay? And that should be equal to 12.7. Ayan. Okay? Now, let's now substitute the given. So, again, ito, nakaano na to ha? Kilonewton per meter na to. So, kumbaga, ito na yung W natin. No? So, pasok na natin ha. So, we will have 24 times 0.3. Ang length ay 3 meters or gawin na nating mm over 30 EI. Lagay ko lang 30 EI kasi may values naman tayo nito sa given. Minus R times 3,000 cube. No? And then at the same time, isipin na kagad natin na itong R na to, naka-kilonewton yan sa ano natin. No? Ito, naka-kilonewton siya. So, para maging Newton, kasi di ba ang goal natin maging megapascal lang to lahat para maging Newton per millimeter lang palagi, no? So, magmumultiply na ako ng 1,000 dito pa lang para ma-convert na to sa Newton over 3EI. Okay, equals 12.7. Okay, and from here, we should be able to calculate the reaction in kilonewtons. So, that would be 24 times 0.3. Oo nga pala, you might be asking, sir, paano yan? Di ba ito kilonewton per meter? Paano, hindi ba kailangan i-convert yan sa Newton per millimeter? So tama, no? Kailangan i-convert yan sa Newton per millimeter. Kaya lang, yung kilonewton per meter kasi, parehas lang yan sa Newton per millimeter. Bakit? Kasi di ba dito, magmumultiply ka ng 1,000 para maging Newton. Dito, magmumultiply ka rin ng 1,000 para maging millimeter. Pero as you can see, magka-cancel lang yun. Kaya same lang yan sila. Kaya kahit hindi na natin to i-convert, no? Okay, so that's solved. Times 3,000 to the fourth over 30 EI. So lagay ko na lang yan sa A, yung EI, minus yung hinahanap natin, 3,000 cube times 1,000 over 3 EI, and then equals 12.7. Okay, tapos yung A, ano lang, no? Given sa atin na E, 8.5 times 10 cube times yung I natin, di ba, 300 times 100 cube over 12. Okay? And therefore, our R would be 1.86 kilonewton. kilonewton. At hindi ito yung sagot kasi ang gusto sa atin naka-kilonewton per meter. So para ma-convert ito into kilonewton per meter, okay, so we will need to divide this by the width of the plank, which is 300 millimeter or 0.3 meter. And that would give us okay, 6.2. Aba. Okay, I think may disability natin. Sorry. Oo nga, yung 24, hindi pala 24, 24.5. So may discrepancy. So dapat pala ito ay 24.5. Ang naisulat ko ay 24 lang. 24.5. So meron lang konting discrepancy dito. So hindi ito 1.86. Okay, so ulitin natin. So 24.5 times 0.3 times 3,000 to the fourth over 30 EI na nilagay ko sa A minus yung nahanap natin na reaction L cube times 1,000 over 3 EI equals 12.7. Yan na yan. So 1.905 pala dapat. Then again, kailangan natin ito i-divide ng width nung or yung effective width nung Planck para maging kilonewton per meter, and this should give us 6.35. So 6.35 kilonewton per meter. Okay, and that's our answer for number 38, letter A. Okay. Number 39, if the planks are supported by a strut at mid-height, calculate the pulling force in kilonewton per meter that should be applied at the strut to prevent free end deflection. So dito sa number 39, ang ilalagay naman daw natin na strut ay nasa mid-height. No? Kumbaga dito naman tayo maglalagay ng strut. Yan, sa gitna. Parang may support dyan. No? Okay? So ano daw yung required na reaction doon para to prevent free end from deflection. So ibig sabihin deflection natin sa free end 0 dapat, no? Okay, so ulitin lang natin ito. So parang ganito yan, number 39. So ito yung cantilevered plank. Ito yung soil reaction or soil pressure. Ito ay W equals 24.5 times 0.3. Tapos maglalagay tayo ng support sa mid-height. Ibig sabihin, tignan na to, 1.5 meter, 1.5 meter. Sinahanap sa atin yung reaction doon, no? Calculate the pulling force. So, hinahanap yung reaction dito. Ganun ulit, no? Naka-kilonewton ulit ito. Okay? So, once again, ang goal, parang ganito siya. Ang goal niya ay, di ba, magde-deflect ito. No? Pero dapat, ang deflection dito, 0. So, walang deflection. Okay, and that is equal to originally, walang support. Once again, no, this will cause a deflection at the free end na tawagin ko ulit na delta 1. Okay, and then plus combination siya ng merong support sa or merong force dito sa gitna. Okay, na kung saan that force will cause a deflection naman pabaliktad. Yan. Ito naman tawagin natin na deflection number 2. Okay? So ang idea, kailangan pag pinag-combine natin yung dalawang deflection, ang final deflection ay 0. No? So ibig sabihin, pwede na natin equate. No, equate na lang natin. Okay? Na kung saan, ano ba ang formula nito? So ito ulit yung WL to the 4th over 30 EI. Okay, equals. Ito naman ang titignan natin. Okay? So may correction lang dito. Hindi ito naka-cube, no? Naka-squared lang yan. Okay? So dito, ang gagawin natin, isa-set natin yung A na half ng L kasi nasa mid-height or yung 1.5 meter. Okay? Yun lang yung gagawin natin diyan. All right? So we will have P, sulat ko muna. We will have R L over 2 cube. Ito yung A, sorry, not cube, squared. Times 3L minus L over 2 over 6 EI. Okay? So actually dito naman magka-cancel na yung EI kaya huwag na natin isama. And then from there you can solve for R. Okay? So therefore, sulatan natin 24.5 times 0.3 times yung L natin is 3,000 to the 4th over 30 na lang, wala nang EI, equals R. Ito ay 1,500 squared times 3 times 3,000 minus 1,500 over 6. And from here, we should be able to calculate for the required pulling force. 24.5 times 0.3 times 3,000 to the 4th over 30 equals, hinahanap natin, times 1,500 squared times 3 times 3,000 minus 1,500 over 6. Okay, solve natin. So we have here 7,056, no? May nakalimutan ako. Kaya naging ganun kasi naka-ano siya, naka-Newton, no? Naka-Newton. Kung gusto mo kilonewton na yan, mag-ano pa tayo, mag-convert pa tayo dito ng 1,000. Or basically, ito rin yun, divide na natin ng 1,000. Ayan. Okay, so 7.056 kilonewtons. Once again, if I want this to be converted into kilonewton per meter, di-divide lang natin siya no naging computational width natin, which is yung 300 millimeters. And that is 23.52. Okay? And that is letter B. Okay? So that's it for this particular problem.